Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you're mid-conversation, and suddenly the word you were about to say just vanishes. It happens to all of us now and then, but if it's happening more, often lately you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not helpless. There's this myth floating around that once you hit a certain age, your brain just starts slowing down, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that's simply not true. In fact, your brain is far more adaptable and powerful than most people realize, even well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The key is to give it the right kind of fuel, the right kind of challenges, and just a little bit of daily attention. Now, let's be honest, staying mentally sharp doesn't mean doing crossword puzzles all day or memorizing lists just for the sake of it. What really keeps your mind fresh is a mix of simple, daily habits that strengthen memory, improve focus, and protect your brain from aging. And the best part? You don't need fancy apps or expensive supplements, just real doable things that you can start using right away. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 powerful brain-boosting tricks you can weave into your daily routine. These aren't random tips. They're the same kinds of practices used by people who stay mentally sharp well into their 90s. And no, it's not about being perfect or never forgetting anything ever again. It's about keeping your brain awake, alert, and ready for whatever life brings next. Let's start with something simple, but incredibly powerful. You know that feeling when your mind is buzzing with thoughts and you can't seem to focus? One of the best ways to clear that mental fog is actually by moving your body. That's right. Physical movement isn't just good for your muscles and your heart. It's one of the best things you can do for your brain. Think about it. When you go for a walk, even a gentle one, your blood starts flowing, your breathing deepens, and suddenly your brain is getting a fresh supply of oxygen and nutrients. It's like opening the windows and letting in fresh air. That's why people often say they get their best ideas while walking. But it's not just about creativity. Studies have shown that regular movement helps your brain grow new connections, like little bridges between your thoughts, which can protect memory and slow down age-related decline. Now, I'm not saying you need to run a marathon, even something as simple as a 10-minute stroll after breakfast or stretching gently while listening to music can make a huge difference. The key is consistency. A little bit every day is so much better than a big burst once in a while. Your brain loves routine, especially when that routine gets your body moving. Speaking of routines, let me ask you this. How often do you learn something new these days? Not just reading headlines or scrolling through the news, but really learning. Like picking up a new skill, trying something you've never done before, or exploring a topic that genuinely interests you. Because here's the thing, your brain is like a muscle. And just like your arms or legs, it needs to be challenged in order to stay strong. Now, I know the idea of learning something new might sound a little intimidating, especially if you've spent decades mastering your own routines. But it doesn't have to be hard. In fact, it should be fun. Maybe you've always wanted to learn to play a musical instrument, or you've been curious about painting or digital photography. Maybe it's a new language or even something like gardening techniques or birdwatching. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that it's new to you. When you challenge your brain with something unfamiliar, you create new neural pathways, literally rewiring parts of your mind. This kind of activity can improve memory, sharpen focus, and even protect against diseases like Alzheimer's. And no, you don't need to become an expert. The benefit comes from the process, not the perfection. So if something's been tugging at your curiosity lately, follow it. Sign up for a free online class, join a local workshop, or just start practicing something you enjoy. And don't worry about getting it right. The goal is to keep your brain active, not to impress anyone. Now, while we're on the topic of activity, there's another daily trick that's surprisingly effective, and a lot of people overlook it. It's simple. Talk to people. That's it. Just engage in conversation. Laugh, share stories, ask questions, and really connect. Because social interaction is more than just pleasant. It's essential for brain health. Have you ever noticed how energized you feel after a good chat with a friend? That's because conversations activate several parts of the brain at once, Memory, language, emotional regulation, even problem solving. It's like a workout, but for your mind. And the more dynamic the conversation, the more back and forth, the more storytelling, the better it is for your brain. The beauty of this habit is that it doesn't have to be complicated. A quick phone call, a chat over coffee, even a conversation with your neighbor while watering the plants can do wonders. And if you don't have many people around, consider joining a club, a class, or even an online group. What matters is that you're connecting with others in a meaningful way. Because isolation, as comforting as it might feel at times, is one of the quietest ways the mind starts to fade. There's something deeply powerful about being heard, about sharing your wisdom, your memories, your humor. Don't underestimate the gift of your presence, and don't be afraid to reach out. Every connection, no matter how small, helps your brain stay lit up. Now that we've touched on how movement, learning, and connection can each play a huge role in keeping your mind strong, there are still a couple more tricks I want to share with you that can be just as transformative. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. It's not a pill, it's not a puzzle, and it doesn't require a subscription to anything. In fact, it's free, always available, and you're probably not using it nearly enough. Stillness, quiet time, a few calm minutes where your mind can simply be. Now, that might sound odd. After all, we just finished talking about learning and activity and movement, but the brain also needs rest to grow stronger. And I'm not just talking about sleep, though that's important too. I'm talking about intentional, quiet moments throughout your day. Moments of mindful breathing, soft reflection, or even just sitting in nature without a single screen or distraction around. Think about it. When was the last time you sat still and did absolutely nothing? No TV, no background noise, no to-do list buzzing in your head. Just you, your breath, and a little peace. These moments give your brain space to process, to sort out memories, and to recharge. It's like hitting the reset button after a long day of thinking. Studies show that even just a few minutes of mindfulness or deep breathing each day can lower stress hormones, reduce inflammation in the brain, and improve your ability to focus. And here's something even better. This doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need to sit cross-legged or chant anything. Just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and let your thoughts come and go like waves. You're not trying to stop. You're thinking. You're just learning not to get swept away by every thought that pops in. Some people find that early mornings or just before bed are the best times for this. Others do it while walking or sitting in the garden. The trick is to make it a habit, to give your brain space to breathe. Because in that stillness, amazing things start to happen. Your memory sharpens, your mood lifts, and you start to feel more present in your own life. And speaking of being present, there's one last brain-boosting habit that brings everything together. And it might be the most powerful one of all. Gratitude. Yes, being thankful. Not in a vague or polite way, but in a deep, intentional way that shifts how your brain experiences the world. Let me explain. When you take time to focus on what's good, on what's working, on what you can do rather than what you can't, you change the chemistry of your brain. Literally. Gratitude boosts dopamine and serotonin, those feel-good chemicals that improve mood, motivation, and mental clarity. And it doesn't have to be some grand, emotional moment. You can start small. Maybe you're thankful for a warm cup of tea in the morning, or the sound of birds outside your window, or a memory that still brings you joy. When you focus on those little moments, your brain starts to build a pattern, one that notices beauty, that looks for hope, that stays engaged with life instead of withdrawing from it. Some people keep a gratitude journal. Others just say 3 things they're thankful for out loud each morning. You can even share it with someone close to you. However you do it, this small habit has a massive impact. It helps you sleep better. It lowers anxiety. And yes, it improves brain function, especially when practiced consistently over time. Gratitude is a way of reminding your brain every single day that life is still full of meaning, that you're still growing, that there are still things worth looking forward to. And when you pair that with movement, learning, conversation, and quiet, well, your brain doesn't just survive aging, it thrives. So as you go about your day, try slipping in just one of these brain-boosting habits. You don't have to do all 5 at once. You're not in a race. Start with what feels natural. Maybe it's a short walk. Maybe it's a curious question. Maybe it's just breathing a little deeper as the sun sets. Whatever it is, let it remind you that you're still very much alive, and your mind is still beautifully capable of joy, clarity, and growth. Next, we'll explore the final point and wrap everything together in a way that feels empowering and hopeful for every viewer looking to live a mentally vibrant life, no matter their age. Now let's take everything we've talked about, movement, learning, stillness, and gratitude, and tie it together with one final habit that often gets overlooked, but might just be the most fun and meaningful of them all. It's the habit of connection. Real, human connection. As we age, it's easy to slip into a quieter life. Maybe friends move away, maybe family is busy, maybe you've gotten used to your routines and prefer your own company. That's perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with enjoying solitude. But when it comes to brain health, regular connection with others is like a vitamin your mind craves daily. You see, our brains are wired for interaction. When you talk with someone, whether it's a close friend, a neighbor, or even a kind stranger at the grocery store, you're using multiple parts of your brain all at once. Memory, language, emotion, attention. They all light up. It's like a mini workout for your mind, and it doesn't have to be deep or dramatic. A friendly chat over coffee, a phone call to an old friend, or even a shared laugh with someone on a walk. It all counts. What matters most is that you're engaging, listening, responding, and being seen. There's also something powerful. How many people are out there also wanting connection but unsure how to start? Sometimes all it takes is a smile or a simple, "How's your day going?" And if you're someone who's a bit shy or not used to reaching out, start small. Even watching videos like this, leaving a comment or joining an online group for seniors can be a wonderful first step. The goal isn't quantity, it's quality. One good conversation a day can make a world of difference. So, when we look at these 5 brain-boosting habits, movement, learning, stillness, gratitude, and connection, they're not just things to check off a list. They're ingredients in a recipe for a vibrant, joyful, mentally sharp life. They remind us that aging isn't about decline, it's about becoming more of who we truly are, wiser, more reflective, more appreciative of the little things. You might not notice the changes overnight, but keep at it, and you'll start to feel them. A clearer mind, a lighter mood, a deeper sense of purpose. And if a day comes when you forget one of these habits, don't worry. Just come back to it the next day. This isn't about perfection, it's about staying in the game. And the fact that you're here, listening, caring, taking action, that already says so much about you. Now, if something in this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Share your thoughts or your favorite brain-boosting habit in the comments. Maybe you've already been practicing one of these without even realizing it. Or maybe today is the day you start something new. If you found this helpful, give the video a like. It helps more people like you find it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got more videos coming your way, all aimed at helping you live stronger, healthier, and happier, no matter your age. Remember this, your brain is not done growing. Your life is not done expanding. And no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake, there's always something new to learn, someone new to meet, and a new joy waiting to be discovered. Here's to staying sharp, staying kind, and staying fully alive at 70, at 80, and beyond.